Alright, everyone. I was just thinking about some things and I decided to make a video about it. Now, there are many ants in my house. So much so that they develop multiple civilizations based on things on my house. Now, how would they fare against a species of tiny alien bugs? Let's find out. So first, let's give you all a brief rundown of all the civilizations of ants that live in my house currently as of 2024. Making sure my notebook doesn't rip. The UNSR, or the Union of Nomadic Socialist Republics, the US, the United Shoeboxes, the CA, the Computer Ants, the Termite Union, the Rot Eaters, Halaman Colonies of Electron Bato, the Cloth Union, the Trash Gang, United Tribes, Communist Nomad, and the Ideologist Council. Now, I'm going to give you all a brief rundown of all the nations of ants around here, and basically the aliens themselves. So yeah, first we have the UNSR. Their nation can be recorded as early as 2017 when I first moved into this new home. Now they're basically the Union of Nomadic Socialist Republics. They're basically like a group of ants that just come around. They function as a hub that unites all the colonies of ants and the nations of ants together. They're basically like the dominant They're basically like the dominant nation amongst all of them. They also have like random ants that come around. Now I think it's um important to tell you about these ants that just walk around. They're basically peacekeepers around here. Some of them are partially covered in leaf, some of them have a pointy stick, some can throw rice grains at them, while soldiers on the other hand have parts of debris on them, a very sharp slashy stick made of stone or other debris, or a chunkier rice thrower, because grains of rice are painful to be thrown at, if you're an ant, of course. Next are the United Shoe Boxes. They're basically more interested in, well, space and stuff, and they're more dominant. They're basically a group of ants that can be recorded as early as the year 2017. They live in shoes and shoe boxes, and they're basically living in the inside of the shoe boxes and the shoes that basically no one in my house uses anymore. They also utilize this method of like camping in shoes, as you can see here. They also move around in shoes, like having the guards on the outer areas and mess halls in the center. By the way, mess halls are like where random things happen. Next are the computer ants. They could be dated as early as 2018. Now they live inside my computer. That's why my computer or PC is so damn crappy. I have to use a cheap phone to do this. Anyways, they're known for hiding inside of the wiring because I knew that because when I reach into the wiring once because I dropped something in my PC for some reason. Don't ask how. Some ant just came out and among us me. They're very curious about electricity though because they're basically inside of a PC. They theorize in science and stuff, but yeah, so far all they believe is that it could be a substance, but yeah, no one really knows. They utilize a trenching system where they have like ants scatter around the microchips to see if any intruders are like in there just waiting to attack them. And they have tactical advantages because they're basically well trained to like move over circuit boards. Alright, next is the Termite Union. Basically, they were formed in the year 2019 and they were basically a union between termite and ants. Yeah, other ants do that, by the way. They have primitive rifles here which shoot small pieces of wood. They have long pointy wood sticks. They have big wood boards. They have tridents of wood, daggers of wood, knife made of wood, or sword made of wood. Yeah, they make everything out of wood. Next are the Rock Eaters. They formed in the year 2017. Some say that they were a colony founded by the UNSR, but anyways, they basically lived in some plants outside my house until they died and became waste, but they still live there somehow. The UNSR and the Rot Eaters are on good terms with each other. And I also have a theory where they like consume fungi and maybe infect themselves with symbiotic bacteria to basically keep themselves healthy because ants are actually known to consume fungi and other substances to put bacteria in them because it could actually have some good biological advantages. Because how are they like supposed to survive there? But anyways, yeah. Halaman. I call it halaman because it's basically Filipino for plant. They were founded in 2022 to 2023, and they basically are just really technocrats that are obsessed with agriculture. Yeah, science and technology helps agriculture. Also, they're a Christian nation, but before you ask how my ants are Christian, it's complicated. I'll explain it to you later. The Union of Electron. They were founded somewhere after the year 2020. They're on a very good, they're on like a very good terms with the computer ants. They live inside of discarded electronic parts that are just kept in a corner of my house for some reason. They have multiple theories on how the machines work, and the UNSR claims to have founded them. Anyways, they also have series of perpetual motion, but they're not that advanced yet. Next is Bato. Long story short, there outside my house there are tons of things we call cinder blocks or hollow black blocks that are like stacked up because my neighbor, long story short, works for construction stuff. And they just left those cinder blocks there, just waiting to use them. Alright. Anyways, so I decided to live in them, so yeah, that's how the nation of Bato. By the way, this is like an illustration of what they look like. I'm very trash. Like, do not stack them like this. Stack them vertically, like this, not horizontally. I just put this here just in case someone actually like sees this video and stacks them horizontally. You don't do that. Also, they're also like on really good terms with the UNSR ideologist council, which we'll eventually get to later, and termite union. Next is the cloth union. I actually don't know like when they were founded, but basically, sometime some say 20. I theorize that maybe 2019, 2020, or like 2021 are like possibilities, but I'm not really sure yet. Basically, there were some colonies of ants that like united in like a bunch of clothing, like over there in my room. The United Termites or the Termite Union happened to like meet them, and they were like in a such good relationship that at some point a large chunk of both of these few of like the termite union actually used to be very big, but then it started fusing more with the tribes before the termite union loved it so much it made it its own independent country. So that's how the class union were around. See see local tribes. Okay, termite union, I'm pregnant. United Termites. Honey, I love you so much. And our child. I promise to take care of them. Okay. Okay, alright. I'll continue. Alright, the trash gang. So they're basically a very recent and they're like deep, they're like around since 2000, late 2023 and 2024. Now, the UNSR like claims to have founded it, but yeah, every other they're basically like, came from every other nation. All the citizens here like are like coming from every other nation. Anyways, some stuff. But basically, they formed an independent group here. Also, they're technocratic and not Christian. Once again, I'll explain how Christianity is introduced here. But yeah, now the United Tribes live outside of my house. They were basically around as early as 2017, but literally every other nation had that one citizen just ran away. That's what the United Tribes are made of. The UNSR tries to claim that it's theirs, but literally every country like disagrees with it. Also, there are syndicalists and socialists in a communist state. They can't agree on like a single political ideology, but somewhere around that. Right. Sometime after 2021, the a part of the UNSR became communist nomad. They're basically a group of nomads or communists. They're very Christian, once again I'll explain that later, and are technocrats. Basically that. There are also some founded sometime after 2021. Now the last one, the Ideologist Council. The thing is, they're actually confirmed to be the oldest ant colony living in my house. Now, in case you're wondering how Christianity was introduced to my pet ants, this is my chance to explain. You see, in the school I was studying at the time, there was this garden full of ants in it. Me and my classmates decided to use cardboard pieces to make a small quote unquote church there. Thing is, the ants actually started going to church and they're like, what? Now, I had this. Now, seems like due to like the existence of Christianity and religion in like all the ant societies, there's no doubt that this has led me to believe that basically the ants who I introduced Christianity to along with my classmates migrated somehow like they like got into my bag somehow and migrated all the way to my house. Because of that, they could literally be around as early as 2016 or like early 2017. Anyways, long story short, being Christian, they like are anti-violent, but literally every nation just becomes gas that very second. Also, the eyebrow raise you every time they find out that you try to invent a new weapon technology. Alright, that was a lot about the aliens. About the ants, onto the aliens themselves. Given that we are indeed going to talk about like how they're going to fend against them in a scenario where like they end up getting encountered and they'd fight. So I will try to explain it for you. Now the alien bugs themselves are like quite peaceful actually, and they're 15 to 20 years more advanced than Earth as of 2025. Hey. Anyways, assuming that technological advancements happen like per decade, like you know how like 2000, if we were to go back to 2014, 10 years ago, and compare it to my time, we know that technology has advanced. So yeah, assuming a similar rate of technology evolves every now and then, that's how advanced they are. So, in terms of guns, they never discovered gunpowder. Instead, they discovered an aerosolized formula, compressed aerosol, which they use to propel projectiles. Now they have this law system where you have to get specific passes to be able to access different weapons. Class 1 weapons are primitive less advanced rifles once again use the aerosol to blow their bullets toward you. Second are the more advanced ones. They're more akin to the modern weapons of the 2020s, and the more advanced ones are energy blasters and laser weapons, along with plasma devices and smart bullets. When an alien bug colonizer goes to Earth to ensure their safety, they're equipped. with a bunch of defense weapons just in case. First of sometime First of all, let me give